I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world, and that's our job.
You have to make it. Chill. You What up, DMV? We getting money, whole time, fucking bitches, whole time, rapping DC, whole time. We getting money, whole time, fucking bitches, whole time, rapping DC, whole time. Your shine, whole time, doing this, whole time, whole time, doing this, whole time, doing this, whole time, man, you're back, whole time, doing this, whole time.
Like a Tribe Called Quest. You say the whole thing.
Welcome to... Damn, J Lew, I got to show you this shit. I was going to have it ready for the pod. And I was like, oh, I'm going to break it out. I ain't broke it out. And then I just broke it.
Oh.
I was like, let me wash this, I'll get it nice and clean. And because, you know, it was in stores and everything. And as soon as I tried to wash it.
You had a couple of them Jones, though, right?
Yeah, but I gave one of my little brother because he was mad that I left. So he was like, I'm keeping your cup. I was like, all right.
Take a
Oh man. Well, welcome to a pod named Kickback. It's like a Tribe Called Quest. You say the whole thing. Are we still the black CNN? Until I come up with something else, fuck it, we still the black CNN. Also known as the black CNN, and the revolution will be televised. I'm no breaks Nu, the righteous ratchet. If you throw it, I'll catch it. If you got it, I'll match it. Each and every week, except when we be on breaks and shit. We right back at it. I am the black savage, the Magneto of my people. What up, J Lew?
Hey, straight to the point, J Lew, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm here this week.
My man. Because we got a lot of, it's the first week of the NFL season, so I was like, ladies, can't none of y'all come on this week. Me and J Lew, we're going to have man conversation. It's man talk time.
Hey.
So, huh?
Hey, let's get it.
Let's get it. And this is going to be a sports-heavy episode, ladies, but we can still keep it entertaining. We're still going to talk about the young lady that was allegedly hit by a brick. And we might delve into something else. I don't know. But this is going to be a sports-heavy episode. Ladies, I do. But you know we're going to do high-low first. So, ladies, don't get scared and run away. Like, no, y'all talking sports. Ah! Stick around for a little bit. If you find the sports gets too heavy for you, then you can leave. But we got some other things for you that you're going to enjoy before you even get into sports. And speaking of that, I do want to shout out our sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
We need some new sponsors. But I will tell you this. Shout out to Mo's Marvelous Cleaning. She ain't never going nowhere. Hit her up for all your cleanings, your house, your apartment, your car, your building, your girlfriend house, your side chick house. Mo got you. Just hit her, holler at her. And use code Kickbackers and get 10% off. That's the important part. Don't just hit her like, hey, yeah, no. No, you got to say, Kickbackers. You know what you gotta say when you call Mo? You gotta say, Kickbackers. And for the new listeners that are like, I heard about this podcast, but what do y'all talk about? What's a kickbacker? You a kickbacker. If you tune in every week that you can, and you enjoy this show, and you watch it live, or you watch it with your friends, or you listen to it on your AirPods at work, you a kickbacker. Simple as that. Ladies, if you like the sound of my voice, you, my lady, are a kickbacker. If you like J Lew goatee, ladies,
hey man,
you a kickbacker. I'm just saying, I'm putting it on. I'm telling them. Trying to tell them, you know what I'm saying? I seen this me and J Lew and the ladies, girl was like, fellas, we want all y'all to cut y'all beards and rock a goatee. And I was talking to you about I want to do something different. I don't think I'm going to do that, but I wanted to do something. I was like, well, first I grew my hair. That was the first thing different. And then I was like, all right, am I gonna keep growing it? Am I gonna cut it? Am I gonna twist it up more? Am I gonna let it be afro? Like, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. Oh, by the way, your boy is back in the A. So I did get to go holler at my barber, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Irv, you know what I'm saying? Got your boy looking right. So but I was thinking I'm gonna do something different. And I was like, is the goatee the next thing? And then I saw that video and I was like, fucking bitch. I blocked her too. Like, no one will ever see your post again. Talking about my beard.
What about I was about to tell my barber, man, don't even cut the side, man. I'm gonna see how long it takes to grow in. He's like, man, you say, he's like, man, you could do it. He said, man, it's gonna be it's some tough times that you gotta go through to get. I'm like, man, you know what, man, I'm too old for that shit, man. I gotta be in the mood. You know, I gotta be in the mood to woof for a minute, cause you know what I'm saying. Do it.
I mean, that's what I did when I decided to grow my head, and I don't even know what I'm doing with it. I wanted to grow my head. Let's say I've been growing my hair since November, right? So that's like 10 months. I wanted to grow my hair for like 4 months and leave it at that 4-month mark. Like to see what, you know what I'm saying? But then I was in DC, I was in Macon, I was in Warner Robins, I was all over the place. And now that I'm back in Atlanta, I'm like, I don't know what I want to do with my hair. So you do go through that period, because when I first was growing it, it was a period. I couldn't even use the sponge because I had enough hair. So you in that old black man, George Jefferson area, Bernie, you know how all the old black men got that little short, I had that little short black man fro, the non-threatening black man fro for like 2 months. I had to just sit with it. You know what I'm saying?
It be a little too. It was like a little patchy head, little pat. I'm like, nah, man. I'm like, look, man, if it ain't gonna go all, you gotta hurry up. I'm like,
but you know what? It'll never grow unless you let it grow. You know what I'm saying? Like you do have to go to that phase, because it's like your follicles have a mind of their own. And if they think, oh, he doesn't want us to grow because he always cusses, well, I'm not gonna grow right here. Or you know what I'm saying, or whatever. You gotta give them patches permission to grow. I know it sounds crazy as hell, but you gotta give them patches permission to grow. And once they have permission to grow, then they'll eventually fill out.
Hey man, you see, I see.
And I had the what they call the chin strap, the little thin pencil line.
Yeah,
Wouldn't do nothing. And then I got a little wider. And then I had a decent width, but I kept it almost like a 5 o'clock shadow. And I remember, I might have told the story in the pod before. I remember when it was before the Big Gang group came on Facebook and took everybody crazy. Probably a year before that. And the girls was like, man, we love Biz. And I was like, yeah, that's why I be rocking mine. And they was like, you don't even let it grow. You always shaving your beard. If you just let it grow, I was like, I don't think it's gonna get much longer than this shit. It's like, just try it. And I was like, girl told me to grow my beard. Another girl was like, you should. Hey man, these 2 girls told me to grow my beard. The 3rd girl was like, you should. And then the 4th girl, you should. And I was like, oh shit. And then I grew it, and this was okay, but this part came all the way down to here. And I was like, what the fuck kind of beard I got? This weirdo shit. Like, why this part grow so long, but this part only grow limited? And I like that look too. Told me to clean me up today but my hair looking all crazy. I was like, clean me up a little bit, give me a neater look. But I used to have this part coming down to probably literally like right here, like literally. I got pictures of me and my god kids, and they just put it on my beard. So, yeah, so jab. But anyway, off of my beard. But let's get into how low. Where my little high low drop. And I want to shout out the fact that we was the first podcast with intros for every topic. I see everybody doing that now. Oh, let's get into our new song of the week. And then they hit a button and new song of the week. I'm like, what the fuck? Man? I'm just done all my shit and doing better than me. How you still on my shit and got double the views? I hate you niggas. But, anyway.
Now, high low. Who wants to go first?
High low. I got a lot to say, J Lew. Do you want to go first before I start?
Yeah. My jump died quick. High low. High. I've been doing a little bit better working out the last, you know what I'm saying, like week and a half, you know what I'm saying? So that's been an improvement. My schedule, you know what I'm saying, I'm kind of like getting into a good schedule groove, you know what I'm saying, especially on weeks I have my daughter. So I kind of know the school schedule, pick, you know what I'm saying, pick you all homework. I got all of that kind of set, you know what I'm saying, set in stone now. You know what I'm saying, been a couple weeks for that, so that's been good. Uh, Low, just trying to, find a balance with the corporate job and the business, kind of, you know what I'm saying, making sure I'm giving both, you know what I'm saying, well, to be honest, make sure I'm giving my business, you know what I'm saying, the necessary time it needs to kind of grow and foster. So it's always a struggle with that. But overall, man, nothing crazy. So that's always good.
Excellent. But can you speak a little bit about trying to find that balance? Because I got a feeling there's a couple kickbackers out there that are either thinking about doing what you're doing or are doing it and struggling. And they even need to know that I'm not the only one that's having trouble juggling this, or what's
Yeah.
a good way to juggle it. You know what I'm saying?
It's super tough, right? You know what I'm saying? And I bombed initially. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing, kind of jumping 100% cold turkey into it. And then lifestyle life. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta deal, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta deal with that. I think what I try to do now is get a better calendar, make sure I set like a to do on my calendar, like, hey, do this for your business. You know what I'm saying? Like have certain minimal things that I can do, you know what I'm saying, for my business per, you know what I'm saying, per day. So it's basically just kind of having a check off to do list of something that you can do towards your business every single day. So I think that's kind of like how I do it. And then all open time is, anytime not corporate wise is, you know what I'm saying, it's all business related. But even doing the business, you know what I'm saying, the business day, like, I took a 100% work from home position for a reason, so I can kind of have that time. So I got, you know what I'm saying, my business stuff set up, corporate stuff set up, and I'm making sure I can kind of juggle between both of them.
Yeah, and I've seen you do it. Man.
Yeah,
I came to Orlando one weekend, was kicking it with J Lew. We both was working. For y'all to know that, of course, I'm an entrepreneur as well. And you know what I'm saying, I'm doing my thing, he doing his thing. I think we had 2 good ass days, you know what I'm saying? We was killing it. Just
yeah,
bouncing off the energy of what you do? Oh, I'm about to go do this. Oh. I think
yeah.
one dude that I sold a policy to bought a policy from you.
With the what? Auto or
Yeah,
one of
auto.
them?
I sold him life, and then you sold him auto. So it's like, and that's another thing, y'all. Build with your people.
Yeah,
Me and Jay Lew, we send referrals back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, J Lew does my auto insurance. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So yeah. So keep it in the family. You know what I'm saying? And I think that your idea of the schedule is very important. It's what I try to do. My only thing I want to add to that is, y'all, you got to put in the work. If you want to
yeah.
work for yourself, it ain't no 8-hour days. Well, I guess
Nah,
9 hours with lunch break is what a regular job is. That is over. That is no
man,
longer your life. That
my
will
lunch,
never be your life again.
a lunch is 10-15 minutes for me.
Exactly. Exactly. If
Yeah,
you're lucky. Unless for me now is eating at my desk. I might, and that I was something I cooked already. Or if I run to the store, run right back, and I'm eating and talking and eat,
no,
that's
I,
the
I
thing.
I eat on their time and do my shit on the lunch.
Boom. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and still keep it moving.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't want to talk too much on that because I do have to get into my high low, and I'm not going to take as much time as I thought because I don't want to bring the pod down. I think the energy good, man. I don't want to bring it down, but I started with my low. My low was a week. I haven't done the pod for 2 weeks. 1 because I was moving, and 2 because I had some issues in my family. My grandmother passed about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. She was the matriarch of the family, 95 years old. And people
Man.
say, why were you in Macon? Why were you out there in South Georgia? Da, da, da? Because I have a whole side of my family that I didn't know well. I met so many people at her funeral. And I wanted to make sure I took advantage of the opportunity to get to know my family now that I'm back in the fold. So I said I was the prodigal son that went away, and I'm back. And I wanted to spend some time after losing my aunt who raised me, who was like my mother. earlier this year. That was another reason I was gone. I was in DC and did podcasts for like 2 months. I'm dealing with her transition. And when I came back, I wanted to make sure that I nurtured relationships with everybody. I got a little brother. I wanted to make sure I nurtured the relationship with him. My father, my bonus mom, all my cousins, you know what I'm saying? And I'm so grateful that I did it, so thankful that I did it. But I'm so happy to be back in Atlanta. I ain't gonna lie. I miss it out here. But that was my low of the week was her passing, a little since I've been gone. And then attending her funeral last Wednesday was a bit of a high and a low because I got to meet new family members. I got to be around family. I got to mourn with family. I got to, and that builds bonds, J. Lew. I'm sure, you can feel where I'm coming from because it's cool when you see, you know a cousin and you talk and y'all kick it, but you don't know each other that well. And then you go through a huge loss and you're there for each other. That strengthens that bond. And what made it even crazier was as I'm leaving my grandmother's funeral, my Mima funeral, because we call her Mima. I guess that's some South stuff. I never heard of that in DC, J. Lew. You heard of Mima?
Nah.
But they call all the grandmothers or the elder ladies Mima down here. So, and rest in peace, Mima. But as I was leaving the funeral, I got a call saying that one of my little cousins was killed in North Carolina. And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? And I lost my shit a little bit, but I was able to lean on my family there, lean on J. Lew, lean on Mel, lean on, JB and then the whole crew. But it was rough. That was a rough week, which was last week. You know what I'm saying? We only a few days removed. Matter of fact, all of this happened last Wednesday. So we are 1 week removed from that. But what I will say is last week was the best week I've had in the business in over, a month and a half, something like that. I had a great week last week. I'm coming off a slump, you know what I'm saying? And when you're an entrepreneur and you eat what you kill. So if you don't kill nothing, you don't eat nothing. So I killed a lot last week. And it felt good, even though in the midst of all of that. And this week, I'm already doing better than I did last week. And I got, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I still got 4 more days in this week. And I already eclipsed last week's numbers. So I feel like I'm hitting my groove and hitting my stride, even with the good and bad and all the crazy stuff that's going on. Something working.
Yeah.
Something is working. And so that's my high and low of the week. Hope I ain't get too dark for y'all, you know what I'm saying? Didn't mean to do that. But let's pick it back up, J. Lew, with our viral story of the week. And I'm going to love this one. It's the right time to do it. It's prime time, so got to do it.
My left stroke just went viral.
Well, let me do my Shador Jones. Dion said, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. Man, shout out to Dion. Where my round of applause at? Because he also, matter of fact, I'm just going to play it now. Because he also gets our Nipsey Hussle Award. Deion Sanders and the entire Colorado Buffalo team.
If it's sports, if it's fashion, if it's music, if it's hustling, whatever, you're on a marathon, so.
Shout out to Dion Prime Time, one of my favorite players. Played for my Cowboys. I believe he's the greatest cornerback of all time. I love what he did when he went back to the HBCU, Jackson State, and put the eyes on them and turned that program around and turned the school around. I mean, they changed the facilities. They had companies putting money into the facilities, into the scholarship program because of Dion. Then he graduated, left there, and went to Colorado State. And they took down the team that was the runner-up in the championship last year, the college Super Bowl, I guess we'll call it last year. And then he won another game against a formidable opponent. They are 2-0. They look amazing. Shador Sanders is a beast of a quarterback. I'm thinking about Hazard with him. Travis Hunter showing what he could do on both sides of the ball, receiver and cornerback. And I love how the Black sports community, hip-hop community is right behind Dion, going through the games, being on the sidelines, cheering them on, doing interviews. I'm loving all that shit. And I got nothing but respect for Prime. Probably one of my top 3-4 football players of all time. And they're all Cowboys because, you know, I'm a Cowboy fan. We'll talk about that 40-0 drubbing later. But, yeah. And shout out to DeAndre, man. DeAndre Sanders, Deion's daughter, my birthday twin. We both born on the 17th of April. I think I'm like 15 years older than her. I don't look it, though. But shout out to friend of the show, DeAndre Sanders. I'm gonna hit DeAndre and ask her, can you get your dad on the pod? But you know, I'll let y'all know how that goes. But shout out to DeAndre, shout out to Dion. J Lew, you're big into sports like I am, but I think you're a bigger college football fan than I am. So I think you know even I pride myself on knowing a little bit since I got to Georgia and became a Bulldogs fan and studying the game. But I think you know more than I know. So is this crazy that a team that was 1-11 last year, he's come in and the national spotlight's on them, they're 2-0, they beat the number 2 team in the country last year. Is this like, I want to say it's unprecedented.
Yeah.
But am I doing too much?
Yeah and no. Like, unprecedented meaning it never happened before, but there's never been a coach like Deion. Like, you know, I follow him. You know, I've been following him, you know, from the Jackson State to now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he has dogs on that squad. Like, I think people was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people, there's a lot of pro talent on that team. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and, you know, he took a lot of slack when he got rid of basically 95% of the team from last year.
Mm-hmm.
Go 1-11, you got the, you know what I'm saying? You losing by 40 points a game, like the highest in the NCAA. That team not good enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going to win with these guys. Like, I'm not bringing my son and my, you know what I'm saying, certain people in here to kind of, you know, get the brakes beat off of them. So he, like, his transition of how, you know what I'm saying, how the talent that he infused in that squad so soon it's unprecedented, but it's a new college game. Like, you know what I'm saying, with the transfers and the portals and the NIL, so it's completely new. So like
Quick question. Did the transfer portal come with the NIL? Because that is new, right?
Well, the transfer portal allows kids to move a little bit more freely. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's certain rules, you know what I'm saying, on how many times they can move, things of that nature. But it gives them a little bit of time with at least one. Just about all of them got one free transfer in them.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Did that come around the same time as the NIL deal, or has that been around for like a decade or two, or what? No.
All of them relatively happened around the same time. Not independent of each other, but you know what I'm saying, the transfer portal and the rules kind of became a little bit more lax, and you know what I'm saying, they accepted more. And then the NIL, when that law passed, it allowed players to kind of, you know, name, image, and likeness kind of, you know what I'm saying, kind of eat off of, you know, who they are. So it kind of helped.
Yeah, real quick, shout out to my little brother Tay. They're talking about no breaks. Patrick Mahomes, this guy. I hear you. You missed it when I was talking about you earlier. I was just talking about you at the beginning of the podcast. You probably want to rewind it back and see what I said about you. But go ahead, J Lew.
Yeah, it's in like the like what he's like, the attention that he's bringing to the program, like from the media standpoint, like his oldest son, like people talk about the sons is playing, his oldest son, like what he's doing with social media, you know what I'm saying, and how he drummed up interest for the celebrities and everybody to kind of get involved, for the fans to get involved, is unprecedented. Like how much like they the money that they made these first couple weeks is more than they probably made the last 2 years. You know what I'm saying? From the football team, for the price of the tickets, selling out, the interest in it. You know what I'm saying? What they can demand from the conference that they switched over. Like when they look at that, the investment of them bringing in Deion has been a lightning rod. Their enrollment, everything has kind of jumped up crazy. And they didn't have the money to pay him when they first had him.
I remember. He said, I think we'll get it though.
Yeah. He went to his alumni and said, "Look, man, I need this," and them they got the $29 million they needed. So now,
round of applause for them. So, do they have a legit chance of making the playoffs, making the playoff tournament?
I'm torn, right? You never want to second guess them. I don't see their defense making making the necessary moves that I would see as far as the up front. But I'm being honest, the offense is so dynamic. Like Shador is to me, he's the top Heisman runner right now. And personally, I think he's a top three NFL quarterback prospect. Like they receivers, they have two legit NFL receivers, and they have the best player in college football that skill position in Travis Hunter. If their defense can come along, especially that front seven, front eight, then I wouldn't put it past them just because of the NIL, just because of like the NIL as far as what the talent that they were able to infuse because of that in their offense. Like I'm like, look, it's some legit teams out here, but I can't say it's no. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't put, but we'll see in 2 weeks. To be honest, they got Colorado State this week. That should be a cupcake. But they have Oregon and USC right after. So I think we'll know in 3 weeks how it is. You know what I'm saying? Because USC is going to be a different animal. Oregon is going to be a different animal. We'll know in 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? If it's playoff caliber or not. But listen, man, they won 1 game last year.
They already doubled that.
Yeah, they doubled that. They beat, you know what I'm saying? They probably their best win in the last 10 years with the TCU game.
Mm-hmm.
So Nebraska is their rival. They beat the brakes off of them on the national, you know what I'm saying, on the national level. That game had more eyes than Alabama, just about the same amount of eyes as Texas and Alabama that played in prime time. That's, you know what I'm saying? That speaks volumes. So you can imagine what his recruiting going to be next year. It's going to be ridiculous.
Hell yeah. And I wasn't we both from DC, but my college experience, since it wasn't no DC teams that was good, I just didn't follow college football. And then when I told the story, I'll give you a short version. Then I moved to Georgia, and I was like, as a little kid, I loved Charlie Ward, Florida State. And I was like, I guess that's my team. And then they won the championship with Jameis Winston. I was like, yeah, I guess I'll go with them. I remember these drunk white dudes, like, no, you live in Georgia. You got to be a Bulldogs fan. And I was like, I watched y'all. Y'all lost to damn Tua and Justin Fields in Alabama. I was rooting for y'all. And Charles Banks say, I was rooting for you. And y'all let me down like the damn Falcons did. I'm not rocking with y'all. And it was like, dog, you're here. We're not going to win if you don't become a Bulldogs fan. Can you say go Dogs one time? I was like, these junk white boys ain't gonna leave me alone. Go Dogs. See, we're gonna win now. We're gonna win. Are you gonna watch the game? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna watch. And then they fucking won. I was like, oh shit. And then they fucking won again. I was like, oh, I'm a Bulldogs fan. I was like, I feel like if I start watching, they're gonna start losing again. Because when I started watching, they started winning. So I'm a Dogs fan, but I'm a Colorado Buffs fan too. I hate the people with two teams. I hate that shit. I hate it with all my heart. But I just got into college football.
Yeah.
And I picked my team, but then we got a black man. I'm sorry, y'all. It's a black man coaching that team. I'm going to root for him. Sorry, not sorry.
No, hey, exactly.
My little brother said, your cup. That was my cup from the beginning. Yeah, so he still got the other one. I got the broke one. Well, having said that, man, shout out to Dion. You also get the Nipsey Hussle Award. You and the entire Colorado Buffalo team, staff, organization, and like Tupac say, and the motherfucking crew. You know what I'm saying?
He got a legit coaching staff too.
Yeah, a lot of NFL greats. I guess like a lot of college coaching greats.
Yeah.
And man, do we want to? Because I'm adding shit. I'll try to make it as brief as possible. What are your thoughts on the new Undisputed versus the new First Take? And I know I just added that out of nowhere, but I thought about Stephen A. and Shannon being there, and then Dion going on Undisputed every week to talk about his games. So I was like, he fucked with both of them. He fucked with Shannon and he fucked with Michael Irvin. So
Yeah, he
but
committed Irvin, so he can't do both. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's how it is. Like, he's like, look, I can't be on both of y'all show. You know what I'm saying? Because
he gonna be on First Take is going to Colorado Friday. They're gonna be at the campus on Friday. So he
but
gonna
you
be
know,
on First Take Friday.
as far as him being a regular.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a Stephen A. Shannon Sharp guy. Like, I only looked at Undisputed because Shannon Sharp. And like, to me, I get the vibe of brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, doing it, not co-worker. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, even though Shannon only on there Monday and Tuesdays, I still, you know, he has Brian Clark on there, who I have an utmost level of respect for.
Yeah,
Even if, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate his perspectives when he's speaking. You know what I'm saying, like Swagoo. You know what I'm saying, like they got some characters over there that I kind of like a little bit more. So I skew towards that way. Undisputed was more so Shannon to me. Michael Irvin, I thought he was good in his NFL segment. I don't think he has much range. Richard Sherman, I haven't seen much range. You know, and the entertainment factor is not as much, you know what I'm saying, with him. I think from a articulate and intellectual standpoint, Sherman is great. I don't know if they balance each other out though. Keyshawn has always been, you know what I'm saying, solid. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, Keyshawn's gonna be. He is the new Shannon, but he just gets they have an extra team of help with Michael and Richard Sherman. But Keyshawn is the debater. He's the guy with Skip every day. No matter what happens, it's him and Skip. Michael Irvin will be there. It looks like damn near every day. Richard Sherman has a more limited contract. He's only required to be there, I think, three days a week or something like that. So it's really Skip and Keyshawn, but it's really Skip, Keyshawn, and Michael Irvin. They only bring Mike out for the football topics. So it's Skip, and then they got Rachel Nichols on there. And who's the football lady? I don't want to disrespect her because I forgot her name. God damn. It's not Doris Burke, but it is somebody very reputable in the football arena. I cannot think of her name, and I feel like a piece of shit. I knew all the dudes' names, but I can't think of the damn woman name. But he has her on. Can you think of it? He has her on.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I watched it. I looked at. I'm gonna be honest, when I saw who they was putting on there, it was like blah. And then I probably looked at you know what I'm saying? I probably looked at a couple segments. But it was more like on YouTube. I don't think I caught nothing live. You know, I made sure to catch the First Take on live just because, like I said, you know, I'm betting black at HBCU.
Hell yeah. Now I fuck with Shannon the most. Shannon, my guy.
Yeah.
Stephen A. Well, let me take you to my timeline. Stephen A. used to be my guy, and then I felt a little way about him, and I just came back to me. I like Max. I did like Max. But Stephen A. would annoy me with, it's my show, and I'm the black person, and I'm black. And I was like, if you black, you ain't gotta keep saying it. And he came off as corny to me. This is just real talk. But he has won me over and changed my mind. His interview on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp, combined with his interview he did today he already won me over, period, after Club Shay Shay. But what he did today with Joe Budden, I missed it. I missed something. I misjudged something about him. And I think that he had to do the total company line and be the company guy and shuck and jive a little bit. And I would see it, and it actually, I didn't mind the shucking and jiving because he didn't play himself. He wasn't a coon. But I saw him dancing. And you got to dance if you can work for somebody else. So I didn't mind none of that. What bothered me was when I knew a dude that girls would get him for his money all the time. They
Yeah,
was
I
just
remember.
using for his money. And then one day he said, no more. And then the girl was like, hey, can we go to Chipotle? You got Chipotle money? You ain't using me? I'm like, dog, it's Chipotle. You could have took that girl to Chipotle. Don't let the girls get you for the big stuff. You tripping now. And I think Stephen A did that. He had been so much dancing that he just, I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all. I'm black and black and black and black, y'all. And I think that he overdid it. But I think he's in, and I bought his book. I'm reading his book. And all those things combined, I see now. I'm not senile, but I see now. And when I look in the mirror, I see now.
Yeah.
I'm a rapper. I'm a poet and you didn't know it. But I fuck with Stephen A. And my vote has been First Take. They're supporting actors, supporting cast. I like more First Takes when they got basketball with Big Perk or Swag. Who else is on it? I like Molly. I like Molly a little bit.
I think she a good balance for the show, and they kind of go back and forth a little bit, but it seemed like they still, you know what I'm saying, they still hold a high level of respect. I didn't always feel that way with Skip and a lot of his woman counterparts.
Yeah, the way they did Jenny Taft was dirty as fuck.
Who?
Jenny Taft, the first female host, when she was mad at Skip for talking about Mike McCarthy's body, and she was like shaming, and he kind of like whatever, bitch. And then like that was like a Thursday show. She came back Friday, and she never came back again.
Yeah, it was enough. He kind of like this was a little dismissive about, and I do see with this iteration, they don't have that person on there.
Yeah, he's the moderator now.
He kind of works as a moderator in that case, and you know what it is. The clips I did see, Skip seemed like he's kind of like going above and beyond to kind of, you know what I'm saying, not go all in. Like how more so with Shannon.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you something. You probably, I'm sure you've picked this up already, but Shannon used to punish Skip in them debates.
Yeah,
and he had this little research dude, and he was like, my guy told me that it was 8 for 25 in the field, and da-da-da. And Shannon really won all the, like, I think Shannon won the bulk of the debates. And I think that got to Skip. And getting my ass kicked every day by this motherfucker. That's why Skip was getting personal. Like, why are you getting personal?
It wasn't close though.
Yeah.
Like, and it wasn't playful either though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Stephen A, Shannon, they win, lose, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's still a playful. You know what I'm saying? His jump was like, hold up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, man, you got to calm down. Like, you're not really playing. Like, I'm like, you really not.
Right. Relax. You gotta relax.
Jamie said with him and LA, he said he thought we was really playing football when they were at any given. They was really playing. I'm like, man, relax, man. But nah, but both, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm a First Take guy, so it is what it is.
Yeah. I was an Undisputed guy because of Shannon, but now I'm a First Take guy because of Shannon. Shannon, my guy. Yeah. I'm following Shannon. So Monday and Tuesday, I'm First Take than a motherfucker. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's all up in the air. I might watch First Take. I might watch, Undisputed. I don't really have a Wednesday through Friday. I don't have a dog in the fight. It's just how I feel on that day. But
you said the Stephen A. Joe Budden podcast is a must see.
Yeah, it came out today. It came out today. I would definitely, hell yeah. Stephen A. He was getting in Joe shit because Joe admitted he was trolling, saying that LeBron better than Jordan, but he was like, what made him mad was people was acting like it wasn't possible.
Yeah,
like, can't be possible, and that's what made him dig in even deeper. Pause, because he was tired of people acting like it wasn't a possibility. It's
not an argument. Yeah, like
and All right, before we move to the next topic, I'm gonna do this, and I want you to join me if you can. If you can think about it and figure it out, I'll go first. I have a really hard time with the best players of all time because some I wasn't alive for. Some, it's a lot of shit. It's hard to compare eras and all that. But I do think Jordan is the best. I think, and I'm going to contradict myself, and this is why it's so difficult. I think Jordan is the best. I think Kobe was more skilled than Jordan, but he just wasn't Jordan.
Yeah.
I think LeBron is the best overall player we probably ever had. So he belongs in there. Kareem is probably the most accomplished. It's like you go high school, college, NBA, everybody shut the fuck up. Kareem is the one. But I have this new respect for Magic that I never had before. I never knew to have. And now I have it. I understand Magic's career now. And Magic was that dude. When people would brag about Magic, I'm like, he's 6'9". He's slow point guard, like tall. He could pass.
He's bigger than all of that.
Nah, Magic won. Magic changed life everywhere he went. And when we get out of that, I mean, I might throw Tim Duncan in there because that's the best power forward I've ever seen. Can you give me a top five? You ain't got to put it in order. But who do you think the five best players were? And did I even include Kobe in that?
Yeah, you said Kobe.
Yeah, so and Kobe. But
it's tough. I'm like, personally, and I'm a different. Like, Jordan, LeBron is my 1 and 2, and I'm not really arguing with people about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are my 1, 2. Period. I think I think Jordan is the best player of all time. I think he had at his height, he had the biggest gap between every competition. And I know people mention like he ain't played nobody. I think he made like it was a lot of great two guards that was playing with him. But I think what happens is they paled in comparison to him so much, you don't look at them in the same light.
I agree. Clyde Drexler, Mitch Richmond, Reggie Miller.
They was dogs. It's just that you don't look at them in the same light that you would look at the people right under LeBron in this era because they wasn't able to win.
Shit, he played Kobe and Iverson too. The fuck?
Yeah. But So So I think that was the biggest thing. And they're like, hey man, when you 6'6", man, fuck it, man. 6'6". I don't it is what it is. LeBron, I think he had NBA career out of anybody. When you add longevity, accomplishments, how soon you will accomplish, things of that nature, level of competition, all of that. Like some of the big from the old school, I'm gonna be honest, it was 10 teams. You 5 inches taller than the next month. Like I can't unsee it. So I kind of like those are my 1 and 2. My next 3 is super tough. I'll give you some of the old school cats if you wanted to. If you wanted to do that. And if I did that, I would probably put Magic, Olajuwon, and Shaq.
No Kareem.
No Kareem, no Kobe. Because I think Kareem was so much bigger, and the NBA had so few teams. It's hard for me to do it.
Yeah, Kareem wasn't with them old niggas. Kareem younger. He more with us. He was after Bill Russell. Kareem was with Magic. You know what I'm saying? Which means Kareem played Jordan. Kareem played Barkley. Kareem.
He played Barkley in them?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll throw Kareem in there. But
he was old as fuck. He was old as fuck though. You got to think. LeBron's 20th.
I felt like I saw they bested it. They best selves. And obviously, I got some people right on the outside that could possibly jump in. Steph can jump in.
He can. He can.
Yeah, jump in there. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, I would go with them as far as players that I've seen. You know what I'm saying? Most skilled and dominant of all time. That it looked. You know what I'm saying? Like when I saw him play, it looked that way.
I ain't got no argument with your list. Akeem is in my top 10,
Yeah.
and I think Akeem is the best center I ever saw play.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't really see Kareem. I went back and watched footage. I went back and listened to stories. The best center I ever saw, the best center I ever saw was Akeem Olajuwon. I saw what he did to Shaq. Shaq ain't the best center I ever saw. Shaq was very dominant, but Akeem was ridiculously better to me.
Yeah, I think Hakeem was just so much more skilled than Shaq, but Shaq was still so dominant. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Shaq, like the shit he did, the shit he was doing to people. Like he showed up. If you was a Shaq size, he did what he's supposed to do. Like he dominated. He was dunking on it. Like he was a man when he played.
You know what's messed up about Shaq was how skilled he was, but they wouldn't let him show it.
Yeah.
Shaq will make a joke like, put up the footage when I was playing one-on-one with Michael Jordan. Look at my crossover. Like, look at my dribble. Put up the footage when I used to get mad and run the fast break on myself.
Yeah.
You think I can only do it one time? You think that when I drove the whole length of the court, dribbling and doing the lob to my man, I could have only done it once? They wouldn't let me do it. But watch how effortlessly I did it. And when you look at that shit, you be like,
especially his Orlando years.
He really have done that consistently? And if he could have, then is he that dude? But all I can say is Shaq didn't do it, so I give it to Hakeem Olajuwon because he did do it. You know what I'm saying? But I think Shaq was robbed of some of his greatness because nobody would let him do the things that he was good at, or the things that he possibly could have been good at.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But yeah, man, it's tough. Like, you know, I think it's easier for me to get to 10 and argue with the 11, 12 for the 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause I think my I ain't gonna lie, I'm sold on my 1 and 2, but 3, 4, 5, I ain't gonna lie, they interchangeable. If you told me my favorite player, if you told me name your favorite 5 players, it's gonna be drastically different.
Oh yeah, we getting the favorite. My favorite, most of them gonna be Wizards. It's gonna be a bunch of Wizards and Isaiah Thomas and Steph Curry and a bunch of Wizards.
It'll be my top 2 will be Jordan gonna be in there, Kobe will jump in there, LeBron will jump in there, AI jump in there. Then that 5th would be tough though.
And my favorites,
yeah,
it'd be Zeke, AI, Chris Webber, Steph Curry.
Yeah, Steph will probably be my 5th.
And like players I just loved, it might be Barkley.
Yeah,
I really love Barkley. Or maybe Sean Kemp. I bought and rocked a Sean Kemp jersey. I can't discredit that. It's like his drop from the top was so precipitous. It's kind of like nobody talks about him. But I owned a Sean Kemp. I've owned like 3 jerseys my whole life. I had a Jordan jersey for the Wizards. I had a Chris Webber jersey for the Bullets. And I had a Sean Kemp jersey for the Sonics. Those are the only jerseys I've ever owned. So I can't discredit Sean Kemp. I bought his jersey. Only bought 3.
Sean Kemp was ridiculous though. How quick he fell was like it was like one off season. He came back and he just wasn't the Sean Kemp.
Yeah, it's like he got fat. Like he took he was like, he doing us some good.
What did you do?
Donuts are delicious, guys. Nobody ever told me how good a donut was.
He went from like jumping over people. He was jumping over people when he was, you know what I'm saying, at his prime. Like, I'm like, son.
That was my guy. That was my guy.
Mm.
Speaking of my guy, our guys, there were 14 black quarterbacks that started in the NFL week 1. Do you think we can name
Nah.
them? I'll just go with Dak Prescott and we can call it a day.
I'm so I can name a lot, but I'm like, well, I went division by division.
You want to try and name them?
All right, just go back and forth then. Let's see.
So we got Dak. Your turn.
I'm gonna go hard as the harder next. Anthony Richardson, because he was a rook.
Bryce Young started, right?
Yeah.
Bryce Young.
All right. CJ Stroud.
Okay. Why am I drawing blanks? Justin Fields.
All right. Russell Wilson.
What's my other name? The easy one for Philly.
Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. We got 7.
All right. We got John Watson.
Russell Wilson.
I already count Russell.
You said Russell?
Yeah, I said Russell.
Oh, I didn't know you said Russell.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar. That's so we had 7, 8, 9. We had 9.
All right. Let's go through division. NFC East, we got Dak and Jay. AFC.
Is Tua black? Do we count Tua?
Yeah. Count Tua then.
Okay, Tua.
So where we at?
We had 7, 8, 9, 10. We had 10. So we got 4 more to go.
I thought we was at 11.
Oh shit.
All right, hold up. So what division the NFC West? Geno Smith.
Geno in Seattle.
All right. So what's their division? They got Seattle, the Rams, Arizona. Joshua Dobbs. He started this week.
Oh yeah. And Kyler Murray he gone, but yeah, him.
What's the other player in their division?
You see yet? Is that Tennessee?
Tennessee? Nah, that's a different division. But that was Tannehill, so that wasn't no black.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who else is in the division. With Seattle, Seattle, the 49ers is in that division, right?
Yeah. Okay, so that was their 4th. Yeah, Brock Purdy. So yeah, that ain't that. Yeah, he not it. I'm trying to figure out the AFC, the Falcons division. They don't have no. I don't think they had no.
It's the Falcons, the Panthers. We named the Panthers quarterback.
Yeah.
New Orleans Saints. We named their quarterback. It's the Falcons, Panthers, Saints, and Bucks. And none of all of them is white.
Okay.
We did the NFC East, NFC West.
Damn, what division we missing? We missing at least 2.
Yeah.
Damn.
And they're probably decent quarterbacks too.
Yeah. We got that, yeah.
Jacksonville division. Who's in the Jacksonville division?
All right. So that's Richard. That's Anthony Richardson. I named him. Trevor Lawrence is Jacksonville. Miami.
And Anthony Richardson is the coach, right?
Yeah, that's the coach. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what team am I missing? We said Lamar.
Jets had Aaron Rodgers. The Bills got Josh Allen. Who's in the Chargers division? Chargers, Rams.
Yeah, so we named them. I don't know. We whatever the team we missing 2. I know. I think we missing 2. And now I want to look it up.
Yeah, it's a meme I posted. I'm about to find it. I done posted the damn meme on my on all my social media. So I'm curious now. I wants to know who was the goddamn 14 quarterbacks. But the meme only had their pictures, so you still gotta look at it and try to guess who the fuck.
Yeah, if you can see the jersey, we can figure it out. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out who else. We got some of the ones that you would think would be the, you know what I'm saying, the super tough ones with Dobbs and Anthony, you know what I'm saying, all in the three rookies.
And the kickbackers is like, nigga, it's so and so. So we got the coach dude, we got him, the Panthers, we got that, we got the Falcons quarterback is black.
Ritter Black.
I guess Ritter Black.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, all right. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest.
And we said Deshaun Watson, right? Oh,
Yeah.
Jordan Love in Green Bay.
Oh, that's what it is. Yup. You know what?
Oh, you know who we forgot, nigga?
Who?
You gonna feel like a fucking ass. You know which one we forgot?
Who?
The best one. The best. Who's the best quarterback in the NFL? Who's the best?
Pat. Okay, got it.
Exactly. Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
we forgot. I mean, we did pretty good off the top of the head, Paul.
Yeah, we only missed two. Yeah, we only missed two. I'm gonna be honest, like Patrick Mahomes, kind of. I don't know. That was a surprise. Like I don't know how we forget that. You know what I'm saying? You know, we weren't counting him as a brother.
Right, that's fucked up though.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're too light skinned.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Jordan Love. I should have met. I should have caught Jordan Love though.
Yeah, I don't know how I missed that one. Because you don't think of no niggas being in Green Bay. You don't think about that shit.
Nah, we only missed two, and Patrick Mahomes was like we was overthinking not getting him. We missed Jordan.
Yeah,
we missed Jordan. That's the one we missed.
Yeah. I agree with that. Well, good job for us, goddamn. What a round of applause. All right, so let's talk about our teams real quick. I'll let you go first because
I'm gonna say this: we Pittsburgh Steelers, we got thoroughly dominated. I personally think they're your best team in NFC. That we lost to, but we got thoroughly dominated. And
you think they're the best?
Yeah, I think the 49ers are the best team. You know what I'm saying? They had the biggest. I think they had the biggest win of the week out of anybody.
Really? So the Giants made the playoffs last year. Y'all didn't. So wouldn't we have the biggest win? We'd be the playoff team, and we kept them scoreless.
Nah,
and we scored more points than them.
I feel you, but
we made more turnovers than them, and had more sacks than them, and our cheerleaders got bigger asses.
Like I said, I feel like the Giants was a complete fluke last year. I don't think nobody believes them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand what people, you know what I'm saying? Like, you understand, like they got beat. They playoff, they got in the playoffs, but they got blown out to get out of the playoffs. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I think y'all win was dominant in every fashion. It's just that I don't believe the Giants. I don't believe Daniel Jones at all. I think he's over, you know what I'm saying? I think they coach is overrated and kind of, you know what I'm saying? I think they got like 17 bricks last year. They should have lost 6 more games last year. Daniel Jones is overhyped, overpaid. I think Saquon is not going to, you know what I'm saying, be what he once was just because how pissed off he probably is because y'all paying this motherfucker $40 million when I'm the reason we lucked up and got into the playoffs. But, you know what I'm saying, I think the Steelers had, you know what I'm saying, like they didn't make the playoffs, but they played in a much tougher division, a much more, you know what I'm saying, better coach team. They got dominated.
I don't know if they played in a tougher division. We had the Eagles and the Cowboys in there. The Eagles and Cowboys won more games than every team in your division.
Yeah, the Giants ain't beat none of them.
That's true.
Like,
That's
Giants
true.
They beat. You know what I'm saying? You guys saying the Giants last year had the easiest schedule in the league because they finished the year before number 4. So, but nah, you know what I'm saying? Like we need a new. Our offensive coordinator is horrendous, and it shows.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can kind of get it together. As far as he can do some type of, have something creative. I'm not sold on our quarterback either, but I think it's too early to kind of judge him. Just because this is his full, his like full year, first full year.
Yeah.
I ain't sold on the offensive coordinator. I thought he should, we've been the lowest scoring team since he's been the offensive coordinator, and he still has a job. Like we I'm like we haven't scored, we haven't had a 400-yard passer in 3 years. In this NFL is that's ridiculous.
I agree.
So.
And I'm on the total opposite end of the spectrum when it comes to my team. In the last season, I was saying, Dak, what the fuck is wrong with you? You are trash. I have overrated you your whole career, and now I finally see the light. What the fuck is your problem? And then in the offseason, I went, Dak had the least amount of turnovers in his first 5 years in the league of anybody.
Yeah.
And then he had one bad year after he broke his thumb. And I'm writing him off. What am I doing? We lost to the 49ers, arguably the best defense in football. And Brock Purdy has proven that he don't slouch, and Jimmy Garoppolo wins games. We lost to them back-to-back years by like 5 and 4 points.
Yeah, like 17. So it was some like it was a close game.
Yeah, and I'm like, that doesn't mean you're bad. I mean, it was bad the way we lost those last couple plays when Dak couldn't spike the ball because of the ref and all that shit, and then Zeke getting plowed over. So it was dramatically bad. And I was high on mushrooms one of them games. Just doing everything. Like my whole trip was fucked up. But it was crazy how we lost. But I'm like, we went 12-5 the last 2 seasons. And we retired Tom Brady. We're not a bad team. And we fixed our weaknesses and our strengths got better. Micah Parsons is better. The defense, we added Stephon Gilmore. The defense is better. We added Brandon Cooks. The offense is better. Dak was the architect of the number 1 scoring offense in the league 2 years ago. And we had the number 2 defense last year. So 3 years ago, we had the number 1 offense in the league. 2 years ago, we had the number 2 defense in the league. This year, there's a chance for us to be top 3 in both. I feel like we win in the Super Bowl. And if it's not this year, I don't know what year it's going to be. If we don't win it the next 2 years, we missed our window.
Yeah. I mean, you never know with the NFL, man. You know what I'm saying? Things could change so abruptly. Michael Parsons is going to be one of the top 3 defensive players in the league. And you know what I'm saying, like the way he gets after it is ridiculous. Like y'all defensive front is crazy. Trayvon, you know what I'm saying, Diggs is a ball hawk and a good cover guy. Gilmore, I think is definitely the missing piece. You know what I'm saying, was definitely a missing piece. Y'all got 2 solid safeties. I think y'all defense is 100% legit. I think y'all have a legit offense. Like I said, and the only reason I say San Fran is I just feel like Shanahan has Dan Quinn's number, it seems. That's not to say it can't change. But you know what I'm saying, like that's the only reason I give him the edge, and because Philly beat y'all. Did they beat y'all twice last year?
Hell no.
It was 1-1.
Dak dropped 40 on them Bama's.
Okay, so it was 1-1. Okay. Yeah, because you know what I'm saying, because
40.
Yeah, because they went to the Super Bowl, I'm giving them the edge. But like I told you, you know what I'm saying, like it's a toss up. I give San Fran because San Fran put y'all out, and both of y'all defenses are eerily similar.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying, like I think you know what I'm saying, I think y'all both like Bosa, very, you know what I'm saying, very even. I think they probably I think they have the edge at the middle, at the linebacker spot, the middle linebacker spot with Fred Warner. I think he's probably one of the best. But I think y'all have the edge in the secondary. So it's like, that's like, you know what I'm saying? I think is a wash for the defense. So
they only scored like they beat us like 17-12 last year.
yeah,
So
both of y'all defenses are.
They couldn't score on us, but we couldn't put up enough points. And I'm hoping with the addition of Brandon Cooks to stretch the field, Michael Gallup is back, who you've always told me you respected. He back this year, healthy, and Tony Pollard is going to have the ball.
Yeah, and that's another position you ain't mentioned. Like Tony Pollard is better than Ezekiel Elliott has been the last 3 years. Like Zeke had his first 2 years, but just, you know what I'm saying, you know, Zeke had his best 2 years, his first 2 years, and that was with a dog offensive line too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I've always liked Zeke. He was the truth at Ohio State, but Pollard is shiftier, more, you know what I'm saying, better speed, you know what I'm saying, breakaway speed. You know, so I think y'all better at that position too. And one thing I was a little worried about y'all is y'all tight end position. That Ferguson guy's the truth. I see why y'all let Schultz, I thought, was a stud, but I see why y'all
Dalton.
Yeah.
Dalton
That's what I'm
Schultz. Dalton Schultz. What was the other Bama we had? We had Dalton Schultz and I can't remember his name at the moment. I would remember it normally because I'm a diehard fan, but where my drop at? Where my drop? Man, where's my drop? Oh.
I've been drinking.
Yes, I would remember it, but
I've been drinking.
But it was Dalton Schultz and the other dude. We got rid of both of them. But Ferguson, he's shown.
Yeah, he seemed like he's taking that next step. So
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, you know, to take over. So and Dak really, you know what I'm saying, Dak, you know what I'm saying, likes him a lot, they say. So
if Dak can get closer to vintage Dak than last year Dak, I think we win it all. And I think that we beat I don't think it's gonna be the Chiefs. I don't think it's gonna be the Bengals. I'm a little iffy on the Ravens now too.
Yeah, they didn't look too good. They didn't look good week 1.
They didn't. I think the Cowboys will. You know who I want to say?
Who?
And it feels like taboo to say this because it's like, no, there's no way it can happen. Oh my God, no. But I think the Cowboys beat the Dolphins in the Super Bowl.
Okay, I like that.
Dolphins, young.
You know what? I think y'all defense will match up real good with them too.
Yep.
I think y'all actually have, you know what I'm saying, people that can kind of, you know, stay on Waddle. Y'all can allow somebody to play over top on Tyreek. And Micah is not, you know what I'm saying, Micah can beat any offensive lineman they have. So yeah, I'm not opposed to that. I think my Super Bowl, man, before Aaron Rodgers went down, it would have been the Jets.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, before that happened, just because they defense is legit. And you know, I think this is gonna be a good test for y'all this week. If maybe, because I think y'all defense can kind of dominate the offense. So, you know what I'm saying, maybe y'all create stuff, you know what I'm saying, create turnovers and stuff like that.
We'll see what the offense can do, though. Like, if the defense scores all the points, then that's one thing.
Yeah. But you got to think, y'all ain't have to, you know, like, y'all offense ain't have to show up against the Giants. You got to block a touchdown, interception touchdown, and 7, 8, 9 sacks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't really have to do nothing. It's like, look, at that point, we just 2 dives and we in the end zone. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, A-Rod going down was tough. I'm gonna say San Fran.
Truly, you have a dizzying intellect.
I'm gonna probably say San Fran and Chiefs again. Just because I can't give it to nobody yet. Like I still ain't sold on tour. I'm gonna go San Fran. I'm gonna go San Fran. Chiefs and
That ain't what you really think. You know my Cowboys gonna win.
yeah, I'd be a fool to guess.
Y'all listen to him right now. Don't listen to J Lew. He know my Cowboys going. You know what?
He lied. Y'all need to worship him.
He lied. He lied.
Hey, man,
It's my
they
Cowboys.
They gonna turn into who we thought they are.
Do you think the San Francisco 49ers gonna be this 3 years in a row in the playoffs?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Bet. Hey,
No, because the one thing I like is Micah not doing that shit against Trent. You know what I'm saying? That like that. You know what I'm saying? Like what they do is they make sure they move Micah around because they know if they put him just on Trent, nigga, all of that podcast shit he doing, all of that hoorah shit he doing after he won't be doing all that. Trent is a different animal.
Jones Armstrong, DeMarcus Lawrence, like
I said,
we got a line. Leighton Vander Esch, the outside linebacker. We got some. It ain't one person. It ain't just Micah. If we didn't have Micah on the team at all, we got dogs to get the quarterback.
Nah, y'all got dogs. I'm just saying, like they look, they got dogs, man. McCaffrey is legit.
White man can't jump.
Oh, he can run though.
He can run. I can't even hate. His daddy can run. Shit. I remember him with the Denver Broncos. Ed McCaffrey.
It was.
What's your biggest surprise in week 1?
I ain't gonna lie, how bad my team looked. Offensive wise, I thought our OC would be a lot better. But it's tough to judge a lot of the teams because the weather was so messed up. Like Philly weather was horrible. Cincinnati always started horrible. I would probably say Cincy just because how dominant, you know what I'm saying, how bad they look against you know what I'm saying, a division opponent. So maybe them. The injury to A-Rod, I think, you know what I'm saying, the biggest thing that kind of changed the spectrum a little bit. But I don't know. I think that's it. What about you?
I want to say something different, but my biggest surprise was the Cowboy game. Everybody was telling me the Giants was going to beat us. Like y'all, I trust Danny Dimes more than I trust Dak Prescott.
I apologize, man. I apologize. Y'all gotta listen to this Cowboy fan, man.
No, they on all the sports shows they were saying y'all are sleeping on Danny Dimes. When you see what he does to this Cowboys defense, I was like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
I was at your house watching us mop the floor with them on Thanksgiving, and I was like, am I missing? You know how when pundits all disagree with what you think, and you start thinking you tripping? I was like, am I tripping? Like, what the fuck?
The Giants is not a bad team. They just they just bad at the worst possible positions.
They said they was gonna beat our ass. They ain't say they would barely win on a field goal. They was like, the Giants are gonna whoop y'all ass. Y'all don't have no answer for Danny Dimes. And I was like, look, I think we all agree Danny Dimes ain't even really a quarterback. He's like a running back. Like, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, what am I missing? Like, have I not been paying attention to off-season film? What did I?
Man, they was doing that to sell interest in the game, man. Like
maybe because I posted if you recall, I posted on my timeline. I was like, I hear y'all, but I got my Cowboys winning by double digits. I don't think it's gonna be close.
Yeah, like
everybody was like, "You tripping, nigga?" No. And then be beating a 40-zip, and I'm like, I actually undersold it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't think y'all was gonna beat their ass that bad, but because like that was a you know what I'm saying, because division games is just different.
You know what I'm saying? Tougher.
Yeah, they always a little bit tougher. You know, it was a 9/11 weekend type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying, the energy gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? I actually like the Giants defense. So I was kind of, you know what I'm saying, like I was more like banking so on that. But like when you have a block field goal, like a crazy interception touchdown, like it ain't your, you know what I'm saying? It ain't your day.
It ain't. And I do want to say just really quickly, we ain't gotta go too deep into this, but rest in peace to everybody that we lost during 9/11. And love and prayers and positive energy to everybody that was affected by it. But y'all gonna stop acting like 9/11 only happened in New York. Like we were affected by that in DC. Y'all not remember the plane that crashed outside the Pentagon? I was at work. I saw that shit out my window where to work. I saw it. And then I had to ride with a coworker home. Like our phones wasn't working. They cut off all cell phones in the city. I just had to ride home with a coworker and watch this shit on the news all night before I can get back to my house the next day. Y'all gonna stop acting like 9/11 only happened in New York. Rest in peace and respect to New York. New York, love you, salute. I'm not attacking New York. I am attacking y'all forgetful motherfuckers that act like DC. I live by Andrews Air Force Base. For the next month, every time a plane flew past my house, I had a fucking anxiety attack. Y'all gonna stop acting like 9/11 only happened in New York. That's not true. It happened in DC too. DMV, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. We felt that too.
No, I think everybody, you know what I'm saying, felt it for the most part. I think the optics and what people use it for certain events is a little bit different, but I think it was something that was felt, countrywide. You know what I'm saying? I remember being in school, you know what I'm saying? When they did it, I had, one of the guys who went to school with it, he had family that worked in New York. We had an aunt who worked in the Pentagon, but so they had to walk, they had to walk across the bridge. They couldn't even, it's like you had to walk to get back. So, we ain't nobody know what was going on with that for hours. So, I think, it's just the optics of it, and the more people are lost, it's like that's become the the face of it. So I think that's what it is more so.
I don't like it though. I don't like
Yeah,
it.
and
My personal, let me not, I even felt that. I felt that. You know what I'm saying? So that's just not looking at it. But rest in peace to everybody and much love to everybody who was affected. Just please don't forget DC was affected as well. That's if I said it angrily the first time, let me say it the nice way. Please don't forget that DC was affected as well as the rest of the country, probably the rest of the world. But as far as the death toll, I hate to put it this way, but if there is a second largest death toll, it was in DC. And I hate to put it that way, but just don't forget that we were impacted by that specifically.
Right.
I didn't even say specifically. Well, I told you I'd be reading books.
Man.
All right. Real quick, fantasy football.
One more person. We got shout out Coco.
Oh, Coco Golf. I watched it. And I don't watch a lot of tennis. I watched Serena's last match, and I watched Coco's last match. I try to support, but it's not really my sport. I do like it though. I actually enjoy it, and I think I'll be watching it more. I don't know. I just wasn't watching. I don't know. I'm dumb. I'm a nigga. I'm a man. We don't watch tennis that much. I don't fucking know. But I enjoy it every time I watch it. And my sister-in-law watches it all the time, and she keeps me updated. But I don't always cut on the game. So I cut this on. I was working behind my desk, looking up at the screen, looking up at the screen. And that first, what do you call it? Round? Can you call it a round?
Yeah, set.
Yeah. So that first set, Coco looked bad, and I was like, I thought she was, and I called my sister-in-law. She said, "Are you calling me during Coco's match?" I was like, I'm sorry to disturb you, but what the fuck is the problem? And she was like, she's feeling her way out. I'm like, sister-in-law, don't look like she okay. And I kept it on, and I watched Coco persevere, stand up against the challenge, face the challenge head on, and surpass it. And then it looked like an ass whooping by the end.
Oh yeah.
Glad I kept it on the whole time. I am so proud of Coco Golf. I am so proud of Black women for dominating tennis. And I posted, I think you saw it, J. Lew. Coco got me feeling like I can do anything. And then I had like one of my best weeks ever. So she really did. What was your takeaway, J. Lew?
Just man, like to see the growth. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, certain things hit me a little bit different, but like the certain when you saw like her watching Serena win it. So that motivation, her being there with her father, like like she spoke so much about her father afterwards. Like I never saw my dad cry. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing how much he poured into her over the years, seeing the video of her brother going crazy. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying, when you come from strong women, you know, and you raising one, you know what I'm saying, you see that. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? It was like, you know, I saw my sister in her, I saw my daughter in her. You know what I'm saying? It was like that type of, you know. And then, you know, how the love Pops was showing, was, you know what I'm saying, was like something that kind of, you know, jumped out. And then, you know, finally get, you know what I'm saying, finally get that major, you know what I'm saying, get that first one off your back. You only 19, you put in the work, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, you know what I'm saying, like, just that whole thing. Like, you know, because it's a family win when that happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't win that alone. You know what I'm saying? That's something that's fostered from her beginning to now, and you know what I'm saying, to kind of see it play out and everybody enjoy it was like big.
I agree, man. I agree. And shout out to Coco. Little sis, so happy for you. Stay disciplined. Oh, I don't think I was back to shout out Sha'Carri Richardson. Out of all the bullshit she went through, she came back and did her motherfucking thing and won it all. So shout out to the little sis, Sha'Carri Richardson. Am I saying her name right? Because she was checking niggas for saying it wrong.
Hey, don't worry about check your DMs out.
Is Sha'Carri or Sha'Carri?
Sha'Carri, but hey, man, look, I ain't trying to get it wrong. Hey, DM Nu if you know what I'm saying, if you got it wrong.
DM me. If I can. DM me. No, don't DM me. DMV.
She checking people if you get her out the park.
Exactly. And I've been checking people, you know, since Sunday because I've been kicking ass in all the fantasy football leagues. It's quite the sight to see, man. I'm telling you. In the podcast, a partner in Kickback League, I'm undefeated, of course, but I had the second highest score to Jamar's season, a dude named Ryan. And let me tell you something. Ryan is a fan of the podcast. I posted on Twitter last year, we got one spot open. Who wants to join? He joined. I've never met him. I don't know what he looks like. Black, white, young, old, woman, transgender. I don't know what the fuck he is. But he joined and he did amazing last year. I think he was the runner-up or the third runner-up. And he's back this season. And we got rid of the excess baggage because we had 12 or 14 teams, and that was back down to 10. So 10 serious competitors. And
you gotta add two more. Next year you gotta add two more.
We add two more next year, two more kickbackers.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You gotta listen to the podcast, and you gotta leave a 5-star rating on Apple, and you could be on next year's fantasy league. But in that one, I'm number 2 to him, which I think is the coolest thing ever because he's a listener. And he coming in and kicking everybody's ass. I dominated my particular game. Second highest score, I scored 160. Ryan scored 165. And I dominated my game. J. Lew, did you win? Did you lose? Did you dominate? Did you come up short? What happened?
I know I'm 3. I'm in 4 leagues this year. I know I'm 3-1. I don't know if I think I won eyes though. Okay. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I'm only in 2 leagues this year. I'm 2-0. In my other league, I had 189 points.
Yeah.
I disrupted everything in that league. Like I'm like God to them niggas. In our league, you know, I did very well, but like in our league, because I had 2 on the bench for Justin Herbert. But
yeah, so it made sense for you to do that. But yeah, it was just like, look,
he gave me 50 on the bench. I think I might start him this week. I'm not sure I know what to do.
Tua went nuts.
But I got Brandon Ayuk in both leagues. He is the most pivotal player in my fantasy football leagues this year because I have him on both teams. On one team, he's my third string receiver. On one team, he's my flex. But from that position, if he keeps giving me that output from the third string receiver or the flex, I'm gonna mop the fucking floor with niggas. I'm telling you. Because I look at him as like my fourth, as my sixth or seventh scorer.
Yeah,
He's been like my second scorer. If he keep doing that, kill niggas. Sick of these niggas. I can tell we ain't did this podcast in a minute because we about to go on 17 hours. But I'm gonna try to speed it up a little bit and get into our what the fuck story of the week, which I think is our only non-football story, but a non-sports story. But
It's the mayor. Stay fly, get drunk, stay high. What the fuck? You know what it is. What the fuck?
What the fuck story of the week? There is a young lady, a sister, who made a video condemning a bunch of black men for not standing up for her when she got hit in the face with a brick because she wouldn't give a black man her number. Whenever I hear stories about black men doing weird, uncharacteristic shit, it's very, I don't want to give us that much grace, but I know niggas who act the ass. Well, I don't know them personally, but I know of niggas acting the ass when a girl won't give them their number. And typically, it's not hard to believe. But I was just like, in 2023? Yeah, I guess it's still possible. Niggas be niggering, so whatever. Come to find out, from the information we at least have now, it could change, because I don't want to be the dude that didn't believe black women. I'm conditioned to just believe black women. Y'all done beat it into my fucking head. But from the information we have now, she was lying. We'll see if more information comes out that validates what she's saying. But right now, we know it appears that she was lying, that she has an allergic reaction. Doctors are saying, different people making these posts are saying, and she's done this multiple times to get a GoFundMe. This most recent one was $40,000. I'm about to do a GoFundMe the next time I stub my toe. Or I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm about to do a GoFundMe. Y'all can give me some money. Y'all gave this girl some money, give me some goddamn money. But she, right now it appears she's lied a few times about being abused because she has this allergic reaction to whatever it is, and it swells her face up. And then some people were saying, "Oh, I saw the video. She was telling men that why didn't they stand up for her?" And all the men look confused. I initially saw that confusion as bitch ass niggas. Y'all, man, she recording y'all. But now that this so-called truth is up, I'm like, y'all were just confused. Like, who is this bitch? Why is she making a video? Why is she saying we did nothing? We don't know this bitch. We ain't even seen her before. And that confused look now makes more sense to me. If the sister was really attacked, that's horrible, deplorable. I don't rock with it. If she was really attacked in front of a bunch of black men, I understand sometimes you want to mind your business because you don't want to get shot. You got a child, you got a wife, you got a family, you got a career, you got a life you love. It takes a lot to jump in some shit. Like you lose your life trying to be the good Samaritan. I struggle with that, but I get it. But if they didn't do anything because nothing happened, and you put that at the lap of black men, you a dirty ass bitch. To sit there and put on the lap of black men after all we been through, And I'm not gonna do the oppression Olympics, but I'll tell you, I don't think nobody more oppressed than us. I don't give a fuck what you think. I'm not gonna do the oppression Olympics. But to put that at the feet of black men so you can come up, that's disgusting, dog. That's disgusting. With all the shit we gotta deal with. To do that, to say black men didn't help you, I don't know if I hope that it's true that she actually was beat by a black man with a brick, because I don't want that. But I also don't want the black men to have not done nothing. And I want, I don't know what I want the outcome of this to be, but I'll just say if she's lying and put that on us as black men, FDB. Fuck that bitch. J Lew, your thoughts?
Obviously, you know what I'm saying, you want to believe somebody in that situation. You know, when you hear somebody being a victim, you don't think the victim is lying about being a victim, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like that's not the first thought that goes to your, you know what I'm saying, goes to your head. Attacking a black man for not doing something, it's not surprising. I think you know, we live in a society where every ethnic group, you know, finds it easy to criticize or critique the black man and how they, you know, how they think they should be a man or be black, or what they should do or what they shouldn't do, or how they should act in a certain situation and how they shouldn't. So that's not surprising to me. You know, it's just sad how quick people jump on the bandwagon of, oh, I told you that's how black men. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have such a negative connotation of black men that is so it's so easy for you to say, "Ooh, I knew that was the case," instead of kind of going to the black men in your life that you know, have your back and would jump in, you know what I'm saying, jump in the way of anything for you. You know, I'm just tired of people being able to say stuff and not reap any type of consequences. Like as a black man, I don't have the luxury of not, you know what I'm saying, reaping the consequences. I'm gonna be, you know what I'm saying, be honest. Like whatever it is, lied, true, whatever it is, I'm gonna face the consequence. You know, I'm not gonna be able to blame it on mental health, or I'm not gonna be able to say, you know, I was emotionally distraught, and that's why I was doing it for attention. And you know, I'm not gonna be able to, get that pass. I'm gonna get the, you know, like the man up and be a man and all that stuff that a woman would say to a man in that thing. But you know, how quick the story will go away if it's not the truth. we ain't,
Facts.
we ain't heard about Carly. We ain't heard about Carly since. We ain't heard. You know what I'm saying. We ain't gonna hear about Shawty in you know what I'm saying, in 3 to 5 days. You know.
Yeah.
So you know, it is what it is. It's kind of like, you know, the life we're accustomed to from as being a black man.
Protect black men. The good ones anyway. And before we get out of here, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I want to thank y'all for the continued support. I do know, I am aware that I have been gone. And I think that I told you guys what's been going on in my life, and I am back. And I'm in a position where I don't think that I'll miss any more episodes. I will have J Lew here. I have Brittany. I have Jackie. I'll have a slew of guests to come on. And this isn't a debate show. To come on and have a good discussion, a healthy discussion about these topics that affect our community, that affect our people, and ultimately affect the world. That's what I want to do. I want to have really good conversations that can positively impact anybody who watches. That's what I want. And I want to talk shit about my Cowboys. I want to do that too. And
Okay, they lose to Zach Wilson this week. That's gonna be fucked up.
it's gonna be all bad. It's gonna be all bad. I don't expect my New York niggas to fuck with me no more after next week. Like they did this to the Giants and then the Jets. Do we play the Bills too? This could be a because Josh Allen looked terrible.
Oh shit! Oh, he better
Oh,
wake up.
that's up with Stephon Gilmore and Trayvon Diggs. Try it. Man. Oh, and by the way, Kevin Porter Jr., you a bitch. Kevin Porter Jr., you a bitch.
Yeah, I don't know what the see that's the issue. Like we get these young kids like that who just like fucked up to the nth degree, and you can't control yourself. You're a millionaire. You can't control yourself, and you know what I'm saying. It's like I know you wouldn't do that to a man. You know what I'm saying? That's what pissed me off. I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't bring that same energy to a man. Like, so I just hope, I just hope she have a brother or cousins or something like that, like, look, man, it'll make it hard to fulfill your NBA, you know what I'm saying, goals. You know what I'm saying? You fuck with minds like that.
He got millions of dollars. He gonna be insulated and protected.
Yeah,
His security gonna be there.
He gonna pay her off though.
And this is like, I just contradicted myself about, believe black women all the time. Yeah, sometimes, but like this, I don't know how this is. He was innocent. I don't see a way that we're gonna come back next week and be like, "Oops, I said that about him," but he actually didn't do anything.
And this appeared.
He choked her so hard he broke her fucking vertebrae.
This appeared very descriptive though. It's a little bit different. Like, you know what I'm saying, like. It appears to be a police report that was filed. It appeared to be very descriptive. Look, I don't care. To me, I don't care what she did. If she did anything, it don't matter. It's to a certain level you never go to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you got fuck you money. Like, where you can just say whatever you just did, I'm gonna walk off. I had lawyers, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's my spot, I had lawyers, police, whatever, come fix it later. You know what I'm saying? Come get you out of it later. You know what I'm saying? Even if I gotta go stay in a hotel, whatever it is. So, it's just, sad, pathetic. Him, and there's a lot of these young kids doing it too. Him, he did it. The Miles Bridges did it, 2 years ago when he was out for a minute. So, it's like I grow up so young and insecure. You know what I'm saying? That you feel like you own a motherfucker.
Crazy. You don't own these women, and women, you don't own these men. Nobody's property. Nobody's property.
Fuck them.
Exactly. And you ladies that keep getting on fucking social media, talking about how bad men are, how bad black men are, and how this is a new meme, J. Lew. Women, black men, you turn women off so much now that we just rather travel with our girlfriends and eat seafood. Bitch, that's because you can't find a man that wants you. Nobody wants you. That's why they all treat you that way. They don't want you. I'm so sick of them complaining, J. Lew. I'm so sick of them making it like, oh, you black men, you're turning all the women off. No, we're turning you off because we're not showing you interest, because guess what? We don't want you. Might want your friend. Might treat her a little better. But y'all gonna stop crying about that shit. That shit is disgusting on my timeline every day. These black men badge posts. And that's another thing. Fucking Kevin Porter Jr. bitch ass. It be niggas like you that give these short-sighted, emotionally unintelligent women the room to think that they can make these memes and posts.
Yeah.
Everybody get it together, man. And I tell you what, I start with me. J. Lew, when this ends, I'm gonna finish my push-ups and sit-ups. I'm starting with me. I'm starting with the nigga in the middle.
Doing it, man. Yeah, hey, I'm good for tomorrow. I already got mine in the day though.
All right. Well, I hear mine, and you get a text from me, telling you when I'm complete. And I'm sipping, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm doing it anyway. Because if you do it when you're sipping, you do it when you're not sipping, you do it in the morning, you do it in the night. As long as you do it, that's all that matters. It ain't about the times you do it when everything is perfect. It's about the times you do it when you don't want to do it. The times you do it when it's difficult to do. Those are the times when you experience the growth. I'm gonna start preaching. I love y'all for tuning in. I love y'all for supporting the podcast. I've been doing this show almost 12 years. No, 12 years. I'm doing it 12 years. No, 11. Okay, almost 12. I told y'all a little bit earlier that
I've been drinking.
So I did 11 years. I'm going into my 12th year, and you guys have been supporting me along the way. No matter, I've had so many different hosts, so many different contributors you supported in every single iteration. I do stand on the fact that J. Lew, you need to be here every week. I know you can't, but I stand on that.
Hey man, this is new.
Me, you, and Ashanti, this podcast will be out of the world. You know what I'm saying? Out of here. It's out of here. It's out of here. But having said that, any final words for the people, J. Lew?
Man, everybody, man, be safe, man. Treat people like how you want to be treated, man. We good.
I ain't got nothing to add to that. Uno, we out. Draw four,
Yeah.
skip you, reverse you, skip you, draw four, draw two. Uno, we out. I really used to be that petty and do that shit too. Like, draw four. Right when I'm going out. My last card be a draw four.